So the analyzer is packed in its protective coat packaging. So what we need to do is just remove the protective packaging. It's easily just done by sliding it off on both sides. Like so. Over here. The instrument is now ready to be taken apart so you can actually set it all up. Quite simply, the cover is kept on by the tapes. So just remove the tape and remove it from the whole of the instrument. If you remove the dust cover, you will then see the internal workings of the instrument. And what we have here at the moment is a protective coat over the cuvette, so that can just be removed. And here you can see the cuvette, you can see the electrode, and you can see the pump tubings. At the moment, the electrode is kept in a plastic container and not plugged in. So the first thing we can do is just remove the plastic container or plastic wallet and put the cuvette lead, attach it into the bulkhead, quite simply by pushing it straight on. The electrode then is ready to go. Here on the pump tubings, we have released one side of the pump tubings for transport. So these pump tubings need to be adjusted so that they slide on into place in the same level as they are on the other side, like so. The three pump tubings on here are removed slightly and then placed back in order, doing the same thing, sliding them on, creating the tension. And as you can see, it just takes a little bit of doing. Put them on in the same order that they came off. Like so. The instrument now is ready to be used. Stop. So at this point you can put the actual disc cover back on. That just slides on, like so. That then protects all the pump tubings and keeps the user away from the pump tubings as well. So the instrument is now ready to be turned on and plugged in. So in the cardboard box that comes with the packaging, the second box, in here you'll find that there is the pipette that we use, which I'll go through in a moment. There's an accessory box with spare parts. There's more electrolyte, the printer paper, rinse bottles, and the power supply. So I'm going to take the power supply now, and I'll turn the instrument on. Let me just get rid of this. Power supply is plugged into your local power supply through the adapter that we passed with you, send with it, and then this is just patched into the back of the instrument, and the instrument is turned on. At this point you'll need to wait for it to come up to temperature, which depending on the temperature of the instrument can take about 20 to 30 minutes. While that's going on, I'll just go through the other parts with you. So on the side here we have the reagent bottle, in which we put our reagent into, and we have the waste bottle. On top of the instrument is the printer. This is a thermal printer, and to replace the paper, all one needs to do is lift the back of the printer up. Paper comes out. As you can see, it comes out in a roll. It can then just be dropped back inside, and then we put back down, and the paper is ready to go. Stop. So this is the microman pipette that we supply with the instrument. It is a positive displacement pipette. And here you'll be able to see the pipette. This is the Gl6 positive displacement pipette. And it's a 10 microliter pipette, and you can change it by just the volume by pulling down, pushing it up, changing the top to the volume you require, and then allowing to let that down. It locks it into place so it doesn't actually move. What we want it actually on is to 10 microliters. And that'll lock it. One thing to be aware of is that the system we use requires the adapter to be placed onto the tip, like so. So these are the tips that come for the Gilson pipette, but prior to using the pipette tip, you do need to place on the adapter, which is why we place adapter on there for you to begin with. To put the plunger onto the pipette tip, depress the collet, put it in, push it together, and there you can see a working pipette with the tip. You can see inside the plunger moving up and down inside the tip. This is what makes it a positive displacement pipette rather than an air displacement pipette. Now, it's always worthwhile to practice with these before showing your customer, or for the customer to practice to get used to the positive displacement pipette, as they are different from air pipettes and they do behave slightly differently. Once you've got this onto the tip onto the end of the pipette with the adapter on, the pipette and tip are now ready to use with the instrument.